Welcome to Naveen Tech Hub.
Git and GitHub may look confusing at first. In this video, we'll make them simple and practical.
Memorizing Git commands is a great starting point, but professional software engineers operate within a much larger context. To work on a team, you have to master the end-to-end workflow that connects your code to a live production server. We're going to track the journey of a single piece of code through every stage of that pipeline, from the initial save on your local machine to the final deployment in the cloud. To understand the flow, you have to separate the two technologies. Git handles the local time travel on your laptop, while GitHub hosts the collaboration and the final production environment. Before starting this workflow, ensure your environment is ready. You'll need a command line terminal, a code editor, and a registered GitHub account. Mastering this interconnected pipeline is the standard for team-based development. Let's start with the first link in that chain. The process begins locally. In your terminal, navigate to your project directory and enter the command git init. This creates a hidden .git folder, effectively materializing a digital filing cabinet inside your project to record every version of your code. Before writing a single line of a new feature, use git checkout-b followed by the feature name to create an isolated workspace. This keeps the main project timeline stable while giving you a separate electric blue environment where you can work without interruption. Branching provides a safety net. You can experiment and modify files freely, knowing your changes are entirely contained and cannot break the production code. Once you've saved your code, run git status. The terminal highlights your untracked change in red, signaling that Git sees the new file but hasn't yet prepared it for a save. To prepare the file, run git add. This moves the code from your working directory into the staging area, a middle zone where you can review your changes. This staging step is mandatory. Git requires you to explicitly mark which changes belong in the next snapshot, preventing accidental or incomplete files from entering your history. When you run git commit, the code locks into your local repository with a visual snap. Git generates a unique SHA-1 hash, a 40-character string that identifies this specific version of your project. This commit is an immutable snapshot. Because the history is stored locally on your disk, you can return to this exact moment in time whenever you need to. With your local work saved, the next step is to connect your laptop to the remote GitHub server. You'll use the git push command, including this -u flag the first time you upload a branch. This establishes a permanent link between your local work and the cloud. Moving to the GitHub web interface, you'll click this green button to open a pull request. This acts as a formal proposal to merge your work into the main codebase. GitHub displays your changes in a diff view, showing red for removed and green for added lines. This allows your team to conduct a line-by-line review of your logic. By using the pull request as a checkpoint, teams can identify logic errors and security flaws before any new code reaches the main branch. Once the team approves your code, a senior developer or maintainer clicks the Merge button to finalize the contribution. This diagram shows your feature branch reintegrating into the main timeline. Your code is now part of the official project history. This merge triggers a CI/CD pipeline in the GitHub Actions tab. The system automatically builds and tests your code until it returns this glowing green checkmark. In a professional DevOps environment, that merge action triggers the final deployment. It signals the servers to package your code and distribute your feature to live users across the globe. Look at the sequential nodes of our flowchart again. You have just tracked the full journey from a local save to a global deployment. To internalize this, try simulating the workflow with a collaborator. Create a test repository and practice opening pull requests for each other to review. Mastering this lifecycle marks a shift in how you work. You are no longer managing isolated files on your laptop. You are contributing to a shared, live environment.
Welcome to this Naveen Tech Hub Explainer. Today, we're going to trace the exact cinematic journey of a single code change. We'll start from a flashing cursor in your local terminal and travel all the way to a live global production server. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by version control, or if you just want to master the real-world developer workflow used by top enterprise teams, well, you're in the exact right place. Let's get into it. Here is our roadmap for today. We're hitting local basics like add and commit, branching for safe development, pushing code to GitHub, pull requests and reviews, and finally, merging and CI/CD pipelines. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Local Basics, Add and Commit. Okay, let's clear up a massive beginner stumbling block right away, because confusing Git with GitHub happens all the time. They are absolutely not the same thing. Just remember that Git is the engine. It's an open source command line version control tool originally created by Linus Torvalds, and it runs directly on your local machine, completely offline. GitHub, on the other hand, is the remote server in the cloud, currently owned by Microsoft, that actually hosts your Git repositories so you can collaborate with others. Basically, you can use Git without GitHub, but you definitely can't use GitHub without Git. What's really fascinating about Git's architecture is how it actually thinks about your data. It doesn't just track a running list of changes, it tracks snapshots. And to keep your workflow perfectly organized, you've got to memorize Git's 3 states, which track exactly where your files are in the save process. First, when you edit a file, it becomes modified. But Git isn't officially tracking that specific change for a save yet. Next, you move it to staged. Think of this as your staging area, where you organize what exactly you want to include in your next snapshot. Finally, when it's committed, the data is safely and permanently stored in your local database with a unique checksum hash. So how do you actually take control of the terminal and move your files through these 3 states? It's a simple rhythm. You modify your code, then you use git add, like git add dot to add everything or targeting a specific file, to move those changes right into the staging area. Finally, you use git commit -m, followed by a really descriptive message to permanently store that snapshot locally. This action creates an ironclad point in your project's history that you can always return to if things go wrong. Moving right along to Section 2, branching for safe development. Look, committing directly to your main codebase, that is incredibly risky. It can literally instantly break your production environment. Instead, you should always isolate your work. Think of main as the pristine, production-ready code. Whenever you want to add a shiny new feature or fix a bug, you branch off. A feature branch gives you a safe, completely isolated environment. You can breathe a huge sigh of relief here, because you can commit dozens of times, make mistakes, and experiment entirely without fear of impacting the core project. In practice, it's just one fluid command. By running git checkout -b followed by your branch name, something like feature/login, you dynamically create and switch to a brand new, isolated branch all in one single motion. From this exact point forward, any git add and git commit commands you run are safely contained within this specific feature branch. That brings us to Section 3, pushing code to GitHub. Let's connect our local work to the outside world. This quick 3-step process pushes your commits from your local machine straight up to the GitHub servers. First, you create an empty repository on GitHub. Second, you link your local folder to that cloud repository using a remote origin command. And finally, you execute git push -u origin, followed by your branch name. The very moment you hit enter, your code travels from your local terminal up to the cloud, making it instantly visible to your entire team. Now for Section 4, pull requests and reviews. This right here is the absolute heart of open source and enterprise collaboration, the pull request, or PR as we usually call it. A pull request is exactly what it sounds like. It's a proposal on GitHub requesting that your team pull your changes into the main branch. This is where the magic of quality control happens. Your team can view the exact differences your code introduces, additions glowing in green, deletions in red. They can leave comments, request changes, and ensure the code meets the team's standards before a single line ever makes it to production. But hey, collaboration isn't always perfectly smooth. Occasionally, 2 developers edit the exact same line of code in different branches, and Git simply doesn't know whose change to keep. This creates what we call a merge conflict. When this happens, Git actually injects these visual markers directly into your code file. That head tag shows what's currently in your active branch, separated by equal signs from the incoming changes. It's up to you, the developer, to step in, manually edit the file, decide which code survives, delete those markers, and commit the resolved file. And finally, Section 5, merging and CI/CD pipelines. Once those conflicts are sorted and your PR is approved, it's literally just a click of the green Merge Pull Request button in the GitHub UI, and your code is seamlessly integrated into the main branch. You confirm the merge, and then, pro tip for keeping your repo clean, you delete the now obsolete feature branch. Your feature is officially part of the main codebase. You've successfully completed the core version control lifecycle. But in a modern DevOps environment, the journey definitely doesn't stop there. That merge event acts as a massive trigger. Instantly, at 0 seconds, the code is merged.
Barely 2 seconds later, a GitHub webhook fires off, kicking off a continuous integration and continuous deployment, or CI/CD pipeline. At 45 seconds, automated tests are grinding in the background to guarantee your new feature hasn't broken anything else. And by 90 seconds, platforms like Vercel or GitHub Actions have automatically taken that code and deployed your application to a live server. Your local terminal changes are now live to the entire world. How cool is that? So as we've seen on this journey, Git is vastly more than just some fancy way to save your files. It is the powerful underlying engine driving the entire software delivery process. From the moment you type git add to the split second your code triggers a global cloud deployment, Git really is the connective tissue of modern tech.
Now that you understand this professional, enterprise-grade workflow, from isolated local code all the way to a global server through Git, GitHub, and CI/CD, you seriously have the tools to build anything. So the only question left is, what will you build, commit, and push next? Thanks for joining me on this Naveen Tech Hub Explainer. Keep coding, keep committing, and we'll see you in the next one.
Get this video helped you understand Git and GitHub. Subscribe to Naveen Tech Hub and Practical. Keep learning, keep building.